Greetings, back with another one. With this one, guys, I've been playing Warhammer 4000 Space Marines 2, and I've been playing this game for probably about a couple months now. And it was I just wanted to talk about my impressions on the game thus far, and I've mostly been playing the operation mode. Like I said, I completed the campaign. It was great. I was warned that it was going to be a little bit shorter though. But like I said, like all this is news to me because I said I wasn't a Warhammer fan before this game, but once I saw this, I just wanted to jump on it just to see what it was about, especially because it was inspired by Gears of War. And I'm just gonna just play, this footage of me playing in the background, just so you don't have to be subjective seeing my mug the whole time. But my impressions on the game from what I've seen thus far, superb, absolutely superb, man. And I would say the one thing that I probably love, like right off the back, straight up, it has to be, just the combat. I mean, just the gore and the overall violence of the game, period. But out of all of the classes, you have your tactical class, you have your assault class, you have your with Vanguard, you have your bulwark, you have your sniper, and you have your heavy. Now the bulwark is the class that I started playing, and I maxed that out level 25. I had so much fun playing with the bulwark, but as I was warned, it's kind of difficult playing with the bulwark on the harder levels on the operations mode. I mean, most of the time, like I'm still trying to get one of the helmets that you have to unlock by completing operations a certain amount of times. I think I did it probably twice thus far. I gotta do it. I gotta beat it a couple of more times. But I wanted to max out, other classes, that have a an advantage in terms of range. And with this footage here, you see me playing as the heavy. The heavy is a really good class too. I had a lot of fun with that. The only negative or the only con about the heavy class, it's doesn't have a melee potential. I mean, it lacks melee, capability and stuff like that. Unless I mean, you have this one stun move that can kind of like clean house, just in case you get surrounded and stuff and get swarmed. So they had like this little stomp, move that you can do, which does help. But it's still, when you're heavy, you really don't want to be in the in the front too much and getting swarmed. You want to keep your distance as a heavy and just mow down. I would say if it's as you see right here, I mean this is that what I love, the executions, man. Like I mean I never got tired of that. I mean, the executions was just so satisfying, especially against the Tyranids. I prefer, you know, going against the Tyranids more than the Heretics. The Heretics are just so annoying, and they have the flame, fireball weapons that they use, and they phase out like when you strike them and stuff. They're just a lot to deal with, especially in the harder modes. I mean, the harder difficulties. I mean, the Tyranids, they're a lot too, especially, I mean, depending on which class you play. When I was a heavy, going up against, Tyranids, the lethal, especially those Terminus, like those enemies like that, where they're doing a lot of unblockables and you have to dodge a lot. That's the one thing about this game. You have to, I mean, your defensive skill and really, protecting yourself, it's got to be top notch, especially when you play on the harder difficulties. You got to do a lot of, evading and countering and stuff like that. And some classes are just better at that than others. Like, yeah, I mean, the heavy you're probably going to have the most time. I mean, it doesn't mean you can't evade and counter. You just got to be much, very, very, top notch. Because the one thing about this game, even in some of the easier difficulties, man, like, I mean, the armor just gets crushed. Your health gets crushed and stuff like that. It just seems that some of the perks that I will equip for one of these builds, a lot of times it just doesn't seem like it matters. They'll say that get a boost in health or get a boost in defense or something like that. And sometimes it just doesn't seem like it's being implemented during during gameplay, especially with the harder difficulties. Because I mean, you get hit once, man, or twice, man. Your all of your armor's gone, your health has completely been depleted, and you find yourself, you know, looking around for health packs, and it just it's a struggle sometimes, man. Obviously this was actually some of the footage. Like this is the first time that I ever went live playing this game, and thanks to the people who was chatting in the the chat box with me. I appreciate the people who watched this. But man, oh man, and I would say another. I mean, in a lot of times when the connection gets cut, you get disconnected from the server so much in this game with all the connection losses and stuff like that. That's very annoying. So hopefully, Saber or who's ever in charge of the servers when can do something about that, because it happens a lot. Normally, it really doesn't happen that much during gameplay, but after we'll clear the stage or after, or like for regardless if you lose or win, the connection just gets dropped a lot, and then you got to go back into the main menu. And, excuse me, you have to go back to the main menu and boot everything up, and it can be a drag sometimes because this game doesn't have the quickest loading times. It really doesn't. I mean, it's not the slowest loading times, but it has loading times, and it gets kind of kind of annoying sometimes when you have to keep going back and forth to reboot the connection and all that stuff and get connected to the servers and everything. But other than that, it's not too much of a game breaker for me. But the bulwark class is a class that I decided to main right off the bat. I just like that it was so different. You have a couple of classes in particular that are best at meleeing. Your bulwark with the bulwark where you use the shield. I just thought that was unique. You have a class that has a shield, and you can block off tons of gunfire, which is so helpful. The bulwark, you can choose up to three melee weaponry with the bulwark. You got the power sword, you got the chain sword, and then you have the power fist. The power fist is really cool too. Power fist is really very unique, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that the bulwark can only get the power fist. I think maybe the assault class can get it too, the power fist. But the power fist was very unique, and I still have to level that one up. I still have to level the chain sword up too. But I maxed out the power sword. I really enjoy playing with the power sword, and the executions with that were really cool. But I would still say that my favorite melee weapon in the game still has to be the chain sword. I mean, the executions with the chain sword is probably the most satisfying when you hear the revving of it and stuff like that. Especially going up against the Tyranids. The Tyranids, it just seems like the executions you do to them, they just seem like just very brutal. The heretics, the executions kind of look the same. They all kind of replicate you just ripping the heretics head off and stuff like that. So I really don't like fighting against the heretics that much. So I mean, like I said, I mostly just do the quick matches, and just whatever match they throw me in, regardless if we gotta fight Tyranids or heretics the whole time. But if I had to choose to fight it, I mean, it would definitely be the Tyranids. I just like fighting the Tyranids. It's just taking them out. It just seems so rewarding. And as you can see, this is sometimes when you don't have help. This is kind of where the heavy can sometimes find himself in a bit of a pickle, and you got to do counters like that. I think they call it the gun strike, and I'm saying you got to do those counters and stuff like that, because you really can't retaliate with melees on your own with the heavy, except that charge stomp. But when you got those those bigger Tyranids in your face just doing it, that's your only bit. It's just trying to to block the strikes as you can, and once they start doing the unblockables, you want to invade at the perfect window, the perfect timing, so you can do that gun strike and put on double damage. But yeah, man, I mean the bulwark, I really enjoyed the bulwark, and if I would say, and another thing that I would say that's kind of I wish they had more of. I wish they had more of the abilities in the for the operations mode. For example, the tactical class has this little scanner. I forget what it's called, but once you scan the enemy types, it makes them more vulnerable to damage. You can put on more damage when you do that. I would say the tactical is probably the most. If for the harder modes, I would say the tactical is a must. I mean, the both of the times, I think about 2-3 times when I've completed operations on lethal difficulty, I always had a very good tactical with me. Just very, very good, man. Just very mobile, and keep people at range, and it has a perfect super move or ultimate move, whatever you want to call them, ability to put the scanner on the bosses, like the big boss characters, and you can just rack up so much damage and take them out quickly. So I really enjoy playing with the tactical, regardless if I'm playing them or if they're on my team. I just think the tactical is, you just can't go wrong with the tactical. The assault, you know, killing people, killing the enemy types with the hammer, satisfying as well. I mean, the hammer, it just looks like it hurt. I mean, just every single hit is just a death-defying blow. So I mean, I like the assault too, and the ability is pretty cool. How you can like jump up and you can come kind of like with a like a like a Thor strike with the hammer is pretty cool. And the executions with the hammer is brutal. One of the most brutal executions in the game is with the hammer. I mean, they're all brutal, obviously, but like I said, the hammer is just like a blunt instrument, so it just looks like it hurts more. It just seems that way, with the constant bashing and stuff like that. But one thing I didn't take too much to in just terms of how they look were the guns. I mean, the guns in this game, in terms of their design, I really didn't care for that much. And it's not even from a cosplay; it's just the designer. Like, for example, you look at Gears of War, you look at the Lancer. It's just so unique. Who would have thought of putting a chain blade on a gun? I just thought that was pretty cool how they did that. And this game, I would say, I mean, like I said, they got a chain sword, so I would say they're very unique with the melee weapons and stuff like that. But and like I said, they have a decent distribution of weaponry in the game. I honestly wish they had more. That I wish they had like kind of like more subject, because some classes kind of share weapons. The heavy obviously is in a class by itself, so I mean all of their weapons are specific to them. But you do have some classes that share weapons and stuff like that, like share certain pistols and stuff like that. But I just love the operation mode, man. I really do, because of the level ups and how you can purchase all types of skill tree sets and stuff like that. It was very beautiful how they did it. Very, very beautifully done. And yeah, you earn like, I mean, as you're maxing out your character, you earn skills and stuff like that, but you also earn like in-game currency, where you use it to purchase abilities and other perks and stuff like that, which is very rewarding. Like I said, that was my biggest question when I got this game, is the replayability. Will I keep coming back for more? And every time when you have an upgrade system in the game, it would always bring me back. I mean, automatic replayability right there, when you have to, I wouldn't say farm, but when you just have to just keep grinding and grinding and grinding to max out your characters, and get all the abilities and get all of the attachments. And that's one thing I wished well the thing about it, the weapons, they have like perk trees where you can purchase different like abilities and stuff like that. I mean, that stuff is cool. I just wish that the kind of like just the way the guns look. I mean, they had like nice skins Excuse me. I mean, they have really decent skins with the weapons and stuff like that. Some of them look really cool. I like the kind of the worn down look for some of the melee weapons. Looks pretty cool. And another thing, I love the customization. When you as you're leveling up, you unlock cosmetics for whichever class you're playing as. In this one, in this video, I'm wearing like a two tone, black and white, skin, and I got the all golden arm. I was kind of thinking of SKA, which is like an old anime. I don't know if anybody's heard of SKA. I was just thinking of that. I don't know why, but it was just one solid golden arm. I mean, I changed my skins. My skins kind of look more patriotic now. I have like red, white, and blue skins now. Next time I'll go live, you'll see that. But yeah, I changed my colors just to change them up because I had that design for a while. But I love the customization in this game. It's a lot to choose from. I just wish that I wish that the way that you can customize your characters, I wish they had this for the guns. I wish you can customize your gun, even though they have preset skins for the guns that you can unlock as you're leveling up and stuff like that. I just wish that you can create your own your own color palette for the guns. I just wish that we were able to do that. And also, I wish that some of the guns had like, because like I said, I'm thinking about Gears. When on Gears, the guns had particular executions for them. This game, its executions just depending on which enemy they're fighting. Like every enemy type has set executions that you do on them. But I wish that some of the guns had executions in their own right as well. That would have been pretty cool. But like I said, take it or leave it. I mean, like I said, it's executing the enemies is the most satisfying thing in the game to me. I mean, I never get enough of it. But I hope as this game goes on, they add more. They recently had an update for like some of the ordeals and stuff like that. When you're in the launch bay and all that stuff, they added some stuff. I didn't really read all of it, but recently they just had one. But I hope that we will get more operations levels. I think right now they are at, I think 7, 8, 9 or something like that. I hope that we can get more. I would love. I would like. I don't know if they put like a new enemy type on it because out of all the times I've been playing operations, there was this one particular enemy type I'd never seen before. But the last time I played this probably like a day ago. But there was this one enemy type that I ran into that I didn't see until this update. So maybe we'll get like more new enemy types. I don't know, or maybe like a side story campaign or wherever when we see different enemy types. But yeah, it was just this one enemy type. I never seen it before. I probably have. I wasn't paying attention. But it's just this one particular one looked like it had like a cannon on its like back or something. It looked crazy, and I just don't remember seeing it ever until this update. But yeah, I would like more enemy types and maybe in operations mode we can go a little bit deeper with 5 characters instead of 3. I mean 3 is fine, but like if for example if they added more characters, it'll be more enemies, probably a little bit tougher. Maybe the operations maybe it'll be a little bit longer, stuff like that. But I just had so much fun. I mean, I can't praise this game enough, and I'm only in the and I'm just still just getting started with it because I haven't done the Eternal. I think called Eternal War. It's another mode, and I think it's more PvP. I haven't done that yet, but I'll definitely you know dig into it in the near future. But I just been having so much fun playing the operations mode because I love the upgrade system. How you can level all the characters, unlock all of the skills and the perks for the weaponries and stuff like that. It's just so great. And of course, right here with the heavy. Oh yeah, the heavy's ability. You see this that it's like that shield, that dome thing that you just see me use. That's pretty cool. But sometimes when you just get lit up, it just seems like the shield it just sometimes it just doesn't help. Sometimes it just dissolves quickly. I mean, depending on how much damage you're taking. But yeah, like yeah, but the heavy it was so much fun playing with the heavy. Right now, I'm trying to level up the tactical, and I was playing with the Vanguard about about a couple of days ago. Pretty cool. The Vanguard has like that little grapple hook where you pulls himself to the enemy and does like a little drop kick, which is pretty cool. And the bulwark has like a the bulwark's ability. They set her banner down, and then that pretty much restores all of your armor health, which is pretty cool. And then of course with all of the perks, they can change the properties of how the abilities work. But yeah, it was just so much fun, man. And just what was the sniper? Oh yeah, the sniper has like an invisibility cloak because the sniper is always back, right? They're always you know in the back and away from the front line. So the sniper had like a little cloak ability where you can cloak yourself and probably get to safety, so you can like keep hunkering down in the sniper area, which is pretty cool. Let's see if I want to go fast forward a little bit. Man, this enemy type right here, man. Yeah, see, yeah, this was the match where I think I had lost the connection and I was like in an offline mode because I didn't get anybody a single matchmaking. Nobody came in, so I think yeah I lost connection with this and I just went offline. So I'm playing with the bots here, but I'm saying this hive tyrant of enemy or boss, it is man. This boss is relentless. It is so relentless, and it took me a while to kind of like you know get his pattern down right because the based on the program, the enemies kind of fight with the pattern and the weapon, the moves that they use and stuff like that. So it took me some time to like to kind of get locked down. See like that. I didn't even the funny thing like when I was playing this, I didn't even know you can do that. Boom like that. I didn't even know you can do the gun strike to a boss character. I didn't know that. But I just tried it one time, and I was like, "Wow, you can do that too." So kind of stop it in its tracks a little bit. And I hate that move because it's another enemy type. It's like those little floating enemy types. I forget what they're called. I never really pay attention to the names of the enemy types. But they do like these full screen moves where they're just sending like these shockwaves at you, and you have to kind of like dodge at the perfect time so you don't get hit by them. Because if you get hit, I mean that's another thing that kind of annoys me about this game. Like when you get comboed, you get comboed. You're just getting hit like stuff like that. Like, and of course I'm just being butt and get hit by it. But yeah, because this boss regenerates itself, and you got to fight him all over again. So it's tough. I mean, it's one of my favorite enemy types of fight. I just like fighting it. And some of the boss, some of like that, I guess you can say sub boss and stuff like that. I really didn't get these names down for these enemy types. I mean, obviously you can see right there with the higher type, but what I'm saying. But see, you see my health. Like, look how far the health goes down, and sometimes it, like you said, right there, boom, got knocked out. And sometimes it takes a while for the armor to like replenish, so you can get your armor back. And of course, they have certain perks where you can decrease the time in which your armor starts to replenish. And thank goodness that the bot saved me right there. Cause like I said, getting like losing in these modes, man, it's so nerve wracking sometimes because you don't because like I said, you don't get the experience, you don't get the currency, and you don't get the unlockables if you get defeated. So sometimes you get to the very end and you lose, and it just seems like it just all for nothing. Like I think the least they give you is like a little bit of experience. They don't give you full experience because you didn't clear the whole thing. But it just things like that is just so annoying sometimes. But I never stop. I just keep coming back because just as you can see all this carnage right here and just. But that's the best way to really get good at the game is defense. Really, I mean the offense will come. You just all you do is just hold the trigger and shoot. The gun does the rest. But yeah, really getting your your defensive game, that really has to be top notch, especially for the harder difficulties. knowing how to dodge, knowing how to parry and stuff like that. And another thing, I love the parries in this game. Especially when you have like the smaller enemies, how you jumping at you, you just catch them in midair and you do like these devastating executions to them. That's always satisfying. But yeah, man, I can't I'm trying to think of what more could they add to the operations. And as you can see, we take it down here. And what other did I play with another class, or was I the heavy? Oh yeah, yeah, I'm assault right here. Yeah, just skull bashing, like I said. But I'm like I said. I mean, this is what 2 hours and 46 minutes worth of footage. So I'm not gonna go through it all. I just wanted to talk about my impressions of the game and just what I love and what I would want more of, and hopefully will they keep updating this game, and maybe we'll get more classes, maybe we'll get more enemy types, maybe we'll get more stages. Certain bonuses and awards are behind DLC paywalls and stuff like that, which is fine. But based on what you start with and based on what you can earn, that's one thing I like about this game. You can earn stuff. You don't have to pay Microsoft microtransactions if you don't want to. You don't have to. It's not like the gaming experience is going to be ruined if you don't purchase these things, because there's a lot of good stuff that you can't purchase, like what I'm wearing right there, all that stuff. I mean, I use in-game currency to buy some of the colors and stuff like that, but it didn't have to charge me real money to do it. It wasn't DLC. Ah man, but and also yeah, you can also like you can mark stuff so some of your teammates can pick stuff up, and they got like armor boosters where you can get an additional armor bar, and you got this one thing where you can revive yourself if in case you become incapacitated. They have one where you can hold it and you gain double experience and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Like sometimes like you have to look for these things, but like most of the times you'll see like these boxes and stacked up, and all you have to do is break the boxes. And sometimes you'll get ammunition in there. Sometimes you'll get like a armor pack in there, and maybe some grenades and something. There's always something that you can use on the battlefield that will be very healthy every time you break those crates and stuff like that. But what else, man? It's just like I said, overall, I love the gameplay. I love the combat. I would like to see probably more weapons and maybe one more additional ability, because right now everybody like, I mean, you have one, like I mean, it's like kind of like Gears. Everybody has like one ability, but I think you have more classes on Gears though, as opposed to this, which is fine though, which is fine. But I would it'd be cool if you can switch out based like, I wish it was like the way they did it, like based on what the skill tree looks like, based on which because it's three that you can choose from. They have three different rows of abilities that you can pick, and you can only pick one at a time. So you got to pick each one from each row. I wish it was kind of like based on what you pick there, your abilities will look different. That'd be pretty cool when you just push the button and they do those like those special move attacks, whatever. I mean, just a thought. But man, it's just what a game, man. What a game. Saber, they did a phenomenal job, and I forget who published it, but it is such a fun game. I've had so much fun with it, and I'll probably get on tomorrow, maybe, maybe just maybe. I'm kind of recording this around like midnight, so I just wanted to get this video out there. I haven't posted in probably over a week now. It's been a little bit of time. But yeah, man, for all of the people out there who who are having just as much fun on Warhammer 4000 Space Marine 2 just as much as I am, I salute you. I salute you, man. I mean, this is just a fun game. Saber Interactive did a phenomenal job. I can't praise this game enough, guys. And best of luck out for me when I continue to go live on this, playing this, and other games as well in the near future. But yeah, you guys, 31 cents added. Another one for the archives. It's your brother Bleak signing out. Until next time, you guys. Os.